All right, so JBL released these Partybox wireless mics. You guys know I had the Partybox 110s. I decided to cop those. That way I could use them for my first small events and any small events that I do, simply because I like the wireless feature of it. I like the design of it and all types of other stuff that I really just kind of chose to go with the Partybox for. And I also got one at a very, very cheap price, so I picked up another one full price. Anyways, besides that, these Partybox mics, I'm not gonna lie to you, the reason why I decided to go with them is because the design. I don't think that I've ever seen a microphone that kind of looked like this. I mean, I don't know if this is something that a lot of people necessarily would like, but I like it. I really like the design of it. Apparently, as it says, it has a 20-hour battery life and I guess a 12-hour battery life on the actual receiver. So everything that comes in the box is 2 microphones. I'm over here dropping stuff. 2 microphones, a USB-C charging port, and then the actual receiver. I didn't know what I was gonna get for this. I think I got these on sale. I'm not sure the exact price. I want to say maybe about 139 bucks or something. I will post what I got them for. But how do they perform? I looked up a lot of videos, and the majority of people who had these videos or who had these microphones were really doing it, off karaoke based stuff. It wasn't necessarily coming from a professional standpoint of, DJs and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people will, I guess, go with the industry standard Shure mic, or I think it's the SM57, I think, or they will go with any kind of alternative to the SM57 that's kind of in that same class, except maybe a little bit cheaper. I know Samsung has a mic or something like that that's similar to the SM57. And I guess it depends if you want to go wireless or wired. I see a lot of people going wired or whatnot. But anyways, I wanted to go wireless, and I was like, before I even had a gig, I decided to buy these microphones, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna use these microphones. I don't know if they're gonna come in handy. But I had my first gig and I had the microphones. My sister was playing around on them, just kind of talking, throughout the party or when the party was over. I didn't actually use them during the party, but my sister was using them and it sounded pretty good. I gave them a shot when I was sitting at the house, and at the time I had the Newmark Platinum FX. And I plugged this right into the back of the Platinum FX. I see a lot of people who maybe are professional DJs asking, can this go in anything? Yes, you can plug this into anything. I currently have the Rain 1, and I can plug this directly into the back of the Rain 1, and it works, and I can control it from the actual DJ controller. It's pretty much plug and play. You cut this thing on, you get a little beep, you cut this thing on, and now they're synced. That's literally it. That's all it is. That easy, and it's very simple to control. Now let me say this real quick. I hope I'm not bouncing all over the place, but let me say this. When I had the Newmark Platinum FX, one thing that I noticed is that I got a hiss from the microphone. When I turned it up, I was getting a hiss from these mics, and it didn't sound very good. Now, I don't know if that's an issue with my specific Platinum FX that I had, or if that would be an issue with lower level / entry level controllers, because when I plug it into the Rain 1, that doesn't exist at all. Now, what I did when I heard that hiss when I had the Platinum FX is I said, you know what? Let me plug it into the back of the actual speaker. Because see, the thing about this thing is obviously it's made for the party box and it's made for karaoke, and it all goes in sync and it works in tandem. You can literally take this USB-C, plug it in right here, and then plug this USB into the back of the actual party box. The party box is plugged into a power source if you're choosing to use it as a power source, and this thing will remain charging. When I did it like that, I swear I keep dropping stuff. When I did it like that, no hiss at all, eliminated. I'm talking about clear, Perfect. I tried it out. It was amazing. I didn't have a single issue with it at all. No feedback, no nothing, no being close to the speaker to where you hear the ringing or anything. None of that. Now I didn't turn it up too high. I turned it up a decent level, but I was also in my apartment, and I told you I've already got noise complaints using these party boxes, so I wasn't going to be running around, you know, being Mr. DJ MC up in here, you know, to audience of none. But when I checked it out, it was very clear. Now the thing about it is this: even though it was very clear plugged into the back of the speaker, that's not optimal, because if I'm sitting up there at a party or DJing an event and I have one mic and somebody else has another mic or whatever, I don't want to have to leave from behind the controller in order to be able to control the volume of the microphone. Like, if I gotta cut something off or cut somebody off, I want to be able to do it right here and there. So like I said, I don't know if it was a lower entry level board thing that had the hits come with it, but when I plugged it into the Rain, I didn't have that. So if you have a higher end board, you're not gonna have that issue. It's gonna make sense for you to plug it right to the back of the board. That way you could actually control it, because you don't want to be standing by the speaker and turning it down in case somebody want to, you know, start cussing out the bride or something. You never know what's gonna happen. You want to be in full control all the time. But then also, after somebody make the announcement, you want to just go ahead and drop right back into your mix. Now, with that being said, even though my sister was joking around playing with these things, I had on my first event, I had my second event, and I actually needed to use them. I didn't think that I was, and I left it in my bag. I just was like, I'm whatever. My mindset was, I want to take this serious. I love this. DJs have microphones. Let me just go ahead and buy a microphone. I like the design of these. I bought them. So, you know, whatever. But as I'm into my set, as I'm like, you know, 30, 45 minutes into my set, a guy at the party comes up and is like, yo, do you mind making an announcement just saying that the food is ready? And I'm like, oh yeah, bet, cool. So, you know, I go to my bag and I grabbed them, and it was the first time that I actually needed to use the mic. And then I saw, thank God I bought the mic, because this was a much bigger party, and it wasn't necessarily, I don't think that it would have been very cool, or not necessarily cool, but you know, it kind of messes up the vibe if you got to sit up there and stop the music and then scream over a crowd of, you know, 40, 50 people talking about, yo, the food ready up in here. You don't want to have to do all that. So it came in handy. So that's one thing that I will say. If you're a new DJ and you want to take this thing serious, it don't matter if you going to play your first gig in a crowd of 5 or a crowd of 50 or 500 or whatever. Buy yourself a mic. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be the best mic in the world, but buy yourself a mic, because it's definitely going to come in handy. I promise you, somebody's going to want to make an announcement. Somebody's going to want you to make an announcement. And it just makes sense for you to be prepared if you can afford to be prepared. And like I said, I think I picked these up for not that much. I mean, if you really want to break it down, I think their regular price $150 maybe. I think maybe I got them on sale a little bit cheaper. But I mean, $150 for 2 microphones and a receiver. I mean, you bust that down. I'm not a mathematician, but I think that's like $75. I'm not sure per mic. And I think I got it cheaper than that. So the cost really isn't that much. But are these things any good? Yes. Are they the best? Probably not. I don't know. I don't have very much experience with DJ microphones. You know, are they considered professional? I'm not sure. All I know is in the crowd of 50 or 40, the second party that I did, they sufficed. It got the job done. I think maybe I had a little bit of, I guess, a time where somebody was a little bit kind of close to the speakers, and I did kind of get a little bit of feedback, but, you know, I was kind of like, you know, back up a little bit. Once they backed up and they were, you know, a good distance away from me, I didn't have that issue. And I'm not entirely sure what the range is on this thing, but unless you're going, you know, super far away or something like that, I think you're good. You're going to be good. And then on top of that, 10 minutes of charging, if you forget to charge this thing, 10 minutes of charging will get you 2 hours of microphone use. So, you know, that's a good thing. But as far as these things being crisp, sounding good, Yes, it sounded great. The only thing that I would say that you need to worry about is if you have a lower level to entry level controller, then maybe the connectivity isn't so good and you might get a little bit of hiss or feedback when it comes to having these things and plugging them directly into your controller. You can avoid that by plugging them directly into the back of the Partybox if you're using a Partybox, but if you're using something else, then I guess that's just something that you're gonna have to keep in mind. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure on that because it could have just been my Platinum FX. But the Rain one, no problem at all. I'm pretty sure if you go up to higher level controllers, you're not gonna have that issue. Anyways, like I said, guys, I picked up these mics. They're pretty good. You wanna give them a shot, give them a shot. Pick them up off Amazon. I think there's 2 different versions, but this is the version that I wanted. I wanted this one. Let me see if there's a difference between it. No, it's just Partybox wireless mic. Just know that it's the one that looks like this. There's 2 different versions. This is the one that I wanted. And this is the one that lasts 20 hours supposedly, and the receiver lasts for 12 hours. I haven't put that to test, but there is 2 different versions. This one's a little bit higher. Are they good? Yes. I would imagine if the one that's a little bit cheaper, I guess the 2nd generation, maybe it doesn't have as long as battery life. I would imagine that that one's pretty good too. JBL is putting out pretty good stuff. So can you use it? Yes, you can. That's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below if you have these things and you think it's cool. If you think about getting them, let me know. Give them a shot. I don't think you can go wrong with them. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.